Hey, everybody, give me a thumbs up or a wave or something to let me know you can see me and hear me. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Barb. Hi, Pam. Hi, Harold. Hi, Tom. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Katia. Hi, Janet. Let's see who else is here. Who have I missed? Hi, Mary. Let's see. Have I missed anybody? It's nice to see everybody today. Y'all have to excuse the way I look. It's been a rough couple of days. Hi, Jess. Yeah, I survived the move. About had a coronary. We about dumped the rig into a lake. So yeah, we come around a corner and she just went, ee. Hi, Esther. The lake wasn't supposed to be that close to the road. I'll just be honest with you. Yeah, it was a close call. It was funny though. It was funny. It needed a bath, but not like that. Today we got rain, so everything around us is like squishy, soggy. So, are you wanting down, pumpkin? Baby girl's wanting to go down, I think. No, she's wanting her back scratched. Oh, yeah. She likes that. She always has to give me a kiss before we start class. Is it? Well, I'll be glad to send you some, Harold. You know, this thing didn't come with oars. Hi, Nanetta. I've seen some of y'all's work, the tatted badges, name tags. I got news for y'all. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. Those were really, really nice. Sorry I messed up the last video. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Arlene. It shouldn't have a 13-minute ad. Arlene, I need you to send me any information you've got on that double chain. I've asked everybody about the double chain thing you mentioned. Nobody knows what it is. I mean, even Anita Berry doesn't know. Georgia doesn't know, which I spoke to her yesterday, guys. I'll tell you, Richard's doing good. He's out of the hospital. She's doing real well. Okay, you want down? All right, baby. Go. I can't help the ads or anything that YouTube runs before we start class, but I can stop the ads during class. And it's not considered time for class yet. That's 3 o'clock. And we got about 9 minutes before everybody gets here. You got your Olympus thread today. What do you think of the feel of the Olympus, Marion? Isn't it soft to the touch, just like silk? Yeah, I remember that, Kaylin. I didn't even see you come in. Yeah, I know. And I mark on the thing, you pick your ads. I had to pick them because I've got so many channels. But needless to say, I pick, and those long ads are not listed on there. I don't pick those. You're going to love it. You're not going to have all the hassle you get with Elizabeth. Hi, Ann. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Kaylin, hey. We still got a few more minutes. You can get that at Black Sheep Emporium, or which is called now Twisted Pico. I have a link down in the description after the video, and you just click that link, go to them. Yeah, you've missed a few. Arlene came in. Kaylin came in, and Ann came in, and Marianne came in. Yeah, pearl size 8, I'm not crazy about. It's too loose for my taste. I tell you what I like, and they've discontinued it, is the Sibylla threads. I love the Sibylla. You couldn't get it in the variegateds, but you could get it in the solid colors. And I really, really miss the Sibyllas. Now I think all you can get it in is white and ecru. So I may have to buy up a bunch of it and start hand dyeing thread. I just like the feel of it. I like how smooth it tats. And tatting shouldn't be, dagger style. I mean, some of the tatting, well, I can show you. This is one of the projects, that blue doily. Y'all see how stiff this thing is? I mean, geez. And I got beads on it. It shouldn't be that stiff. But needless to say, Elizabeth is very stiff. Yeah, hand painting it. One of the two, I tell you. I'm just not crazy about Elizabeth. I've got my share of supply. But if I had something else that would show up on camera, I would definitely be using it. Yeah, I know. They did have when they took over Black Sheep Emporium, but now it's Twisted Pico. Y'all have to excuse me. I haven't had any sleep. Yeah, I've got something I want to try with the threads. I've got some DMC up there in various different sizes that I got from my grandma's stash, It's probably dry rotted by now. But I just thought I'm going to try to dye that and see what happens, Who knows? Might work. If it does, I'll let you know. Yeah, I didn't like Elizabeth Twirls either. That made me dizzy using it. It was just too much, too moving. Hi, Carol. Hi, Brenda. Still got about 5 minutes. Jeremy, I don't think there's Elizabeth thread that you haven't tried. I've seen some beautiful things come out of that Elizabeth thread from you. I have to say. I'm just not a fan of twirls. I'm really not. It's variegated too much, in my opinion. But I'm funny that. You'd love to see that dyed thread. I will share it with you if it works. But it's hard to say what it's going to turn out like. I know exactly, Katia. I know exactly. Fully understand. Yeah. I got some metallic, Jeremy. I'm going to send to you. I want you to play with for a little bit. I think you're going to like it. And it's 3-ply metallic. If you use all 3 plies together, it's the size of size 20. Hi, Nancy. We got 3 minutes, folks. 3 minutes. And we're going to get into today's agenda. Nancy, I want to say thank you for your donation. We did get it. You've been using it for 10 years. I only now use thread conditioner. Hi, Bridget. You're new. And I'm going to tell you, the thread conditioner works, but it only works for so long. It wears off. Try using beeswax on it, and it tames it a lot better. Okay? Just don't go heavy with the beeswax. Then it makes it so slip. You know, it'll slip and slide all over the place, and you can't even keep it on your hand. Yeah, Pam's good about that. I tell everybody she's my right arm. I couldn't run these classes without her. I can't keep up with the website, keeping the classes going and answering emails, and it's just too much for one. We're too big. We're a lot bigger than your average classroom. We have a total of 4,700 students. Not all of them come, but on a day that we do something really big on patterns, we could get upwards of 150 to 200 students in this class. So, yeah. And that count comes from several different sources. Okay. I'll explain all that later because we're going to get into things today. Yeah, Pam is really good with needle tatting, folks. She really is. Katia is too. So, Marianne, you can go to either one of them ladies. Hi, Marie. Glad you could make it. Hi, Robin. By the way, folks, for those of you that wanted the plastic or acrylic Russian shuttles that Rita Richmond makes at Shuttle by Design, she sent me photographs of the colors. Okay. Let me know if you're still interested. I will send you pictures of the colors and a link to order directly from her. Hi, Tasneem. Hi, Gail. Oh, it's so wonderful you're here. Oh, I'm not beautiful. You are. But thank you very much. And Tasneem, oh, wow. You're coming along quite nicely, little lady. I've seen your work. It's awesome. Yeah, that third row is a doozy, isn't it? All right. It's 3:00, guys. It is time to get started. Now, I'm going to show this to Kaylin real quick. Get it out of my shuttle box. These are the Russian shuttles, guys. You see how big, this is my helper loop. Okay, just ignore my helper loop. Hi, Narsha. Okay, you see the gap here? You can put extra large beads on here. You can put nearly a whole ball of Elizabeth 20 thread on these if you wrap it correctly. And they're made of acrylic. I have yet to break one, okay? And she's got some with the clear top, colored bottom, solid colors. And I'll send everybody the photographs. I'll get Pam to post them up on the group page. Those of you that don't have Facebook, we can send them to you through email, and that'll be fine. Not a problem. Or you can go to Shuttle by Design directly, and Rita will pull them out of the cobwebs and get them up for you, okay? So there you go. All right. Now, a couple of order of business things that we need to do is when we finish up our projects, guys, please send in a photograph, share it in the group. We are a private group. It doesn't leak out unless somebody takes it out. Okay. So with that said, if you don't want your name up there with your project you did, please say so. We will put you in as anonymous. Okay. So that people can see your work and see the improvements you are making with these classes. Georgia looks at those. Y'all don't know what it does for her heart when she sees tatting. I mean, you'd think you give her a whole box of cherries, you know, chocolate covered ones. Hi, Fred. So that's what I'm saying. Please post your homework. Make Georgia's day. All right. Now, that's first order of business. Second order of business is I got the stats for the classes. And I'm going to share those with you guys today. And then from here on out, once a month, I will share the stats for the classes. We had a debacle. We'll call it that. Okay. And needless to say, there are rules that we are going to apply for the classes at this time. We are going to now have a classroom etiquette code of conduct. We have to do that. What happened in Thursday's class was uncalled for, okay, and it was disrupting. And we have to take control of the classes or our beginner students will leave, which happened, okay? We lost a few beginners. So they can't keep up with the chat. If when I'm teaching and I'm in the down shot and they're trying to watch it and that chat's moving, I can't concentrate on what I'm doing because the chat is right here at my side. So when it rolls, I think there's a question. Okay. So, and then I look up automatically because I don't want to miss your questions, guys. You need an answer. You wouldn't have asked it if you didn't want an answer. So my job is to make sure that you get your answers. Okay. So the only way I can do that is to lay down ground rules. And everybody must follow these rules or the moderators will have the opportunity to ban you. Okay. Now, we tried suspension. That didn't work. Okay. That went and got out of hand. And rather than that, we just decided to go ahead and ban. Now, the grounds that you could get in trouble for and be banned, you have a problem with somebody, keep it out of this classroom. Keep it out of the group page. Take it to your own little world. Okay? We got drug into things that we shouldn't have got drug into, and that's all I'm going to say about it. It's done. It is behind us. We took out the trash and we threw it away. Okay? No hard feelings with anyone. If you can't abide by those rules, keep the stuff away from the classes, then you will be banned. You will not be banned if you're talking out of turn. Okay, let's get that right. if I'm teaching and you have a question, I am saying ask the question. I will catch it. I will see it. Okay. And I will answer it. But that's all that should be coming through chat when we have the lessons going on. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to take offense. Okay. It's just things have to be handled in a professional way. We're too big a group for it not to be. And nobody here is above that. Now, I want to get something straight. Hi, Lena. I'm not a tatting boss. I am not a tatting queen. I am a tatter. And I love tatting. And I love teaching it. When Georgia gave me the opportunity to teach it, I told her I would carry it forward in her name. Hi, Joy. And that's what my intention is. Okay? I would never do anything to hurt Georgia. I would never do anything to embarrass her. And I would never do anything to disparage her. Okay? So y'all understand that. I do this for her and for the love of the art, because she asked for people way back in the day and nobody volunteered. All she could rely on was the people that was working with her already. Okay? So just bear with me. I don't know all there is to know about tatting. Okay? But I'm learning right along with you guys. All right? I make mistakes. I'm human. There's not a person here that can't say they're not human except the computer that they're talking through. Okay? So understand, I'm not perfect. I never will be. Okay? Hi, Mickey. Ah, Mickey's new. Matt Barras. Okay. I know who that is. I know who that is. I just can't think who you are. All right. But that's the basic rules, guys. That's why we have moderators. We don't want riffraff in the class. Okay? So, first order of business, let's go to the down shot. I think this setup that I've got now works a lot better for lighting. All right? So, I'm going to give you a walk in the park, and then we're going to get to today's lessons. So, let me switch to the down shot. Okay, you guys can see my desk all right? Let me I don't want to make anybody sick. Okay, let's go out. Are we out? Yeah, we're out. Now, this first paper, I want to show you guys something. Can everybody see that? That's fine, Mary. That's fine. You can watch the replay. It'll be up later today. The chat won't be up until tomorrow. Hi, Pasha. Now, can everybody see this? Give me a thumbs up if you can. I want to make sure everybody can see this. All right, Sansky. Hi, Deborah. Okay. It's a little fuzzy. Let's see what we can do. Can we get you to... I don't know why that's fuzzy. I see what you're saying, Jeremy. I wonder if my lens is dirty or something. I may have to put bigger lenses in it. Okay, let me show you what this is. This is my analytics for the channel. Okay. Yeah, it takes it a little bit to register. I don't know why that's so dark. It wasn't dark earlier. Is it fixing to rain? It must be. Anyway, this you all don't have access to. Okay. But this tells me every 28 days what's going on with the channel, so I know where I can improve. Now, I'm going to tell you, I can change up and put a whole lot of ads on the videos and have ads in the middle of class and just create all kinds of havoc to bring these dollars and cents up. But because you are students and you're learning, and I love to share freely, just like Georgia did, this little dollar sign doesn't mean anything. This right here is what I've made in the last 28 days. That comes to $2.10 a day. Back in 1971, I made $2.10 an hour. All right. I'm now making $2.10 a day. I have gotten 86 new subscribers in 28 days. The watch time hours has been over 1,000 hours in 28 days. The total views is 4,800. They round up. That is a lot to only be making the pennies on the peanuts. And most of this is super chats and super stickers. That's included in that. You hear me complaining about it? No. Because the most important thing to me is that you all learn this art because you want to learn this art. The most important thing to me is to give you the best knowledge I have available to me. Okay? I work for you folks. I don't work for YouTube. I don't work for me. I've worked all my life for me. It's time I share my rewards. Okay? Now, real time. We have 1,649 actual subscribers. That is not the total of how many people visit the site. We're past 12,000 visitors for the month. That means they come in, catch a video, and go. Okay? I don't care if they come in and join. I don't care if they stop by and just wave at me. I have taught 3 blind people to tat through these videos. And do you know what that does to my heart? It makes it do flip-flops. That I gave someone a gift of sight without really seeing. And they are still students of this class. I'm not patting myself on the back. But I want you to know I can give you the education you thrive for. I can give you the education you want. I can give you the knowledge you want. Okay? It just may take me a couple of days to get my duckies in a row and find out how to do something. Just like Arlene asked, how do you do a double chain? And nobody's heard of it. Nobody. She's the only one that's heard of it. So the only thing we can figure at this point is she's calling it a double chain, but it's actually another technique. And that is a problem in the tatting community. They got 15 names for one technique. Okay. Palmettos, shuttlebirds, all the guilds are working together to get this settled to one term for each technique, so it's not so confusing. When I started doing the videos for Georgia, I had to go through, well, it's also called this, it's also called that, it's also called this. It'd take 15 minutes on some techniques to tell all the names for it. So, you know, we need it standardized. And they're working on it. Okay? Lord help them. They are working on it, but it's hard. It's one of the hardest things to conquer that they've had. It's a huge challenge. Okay? But there is no set in stone terminology for tatting, which I've always felt was not a great thing. All the other crafts had it, and it's because the way tatting came in and the time period. Okay? And it's evolved over the years. Okay? So with that said, do you all understand why I do these classes? I'm not doing it for money. Good night. No. I've personally invested well over $5,000 into these classes out of my own pocket. Now, when you give like that, you got to believe. You have to believe in it. And I do. Tatting is one of the most unique thread crafts you can do and come up with something so beautiful. And I feel like the world, everybody needs to tat. And the reason they need to is it's very relaxing. When I'm tatting and that shuttle's clicking, my husband will find me asleep on the couch with my tatting in my lap. And that ain't no joke. You don't know how many times my shuttles have hit the floor. So I think everybody should tat. And I want all of you to be teachers, designers, something. But share it. Join a guild. Start a guild. Join a charter. Start a charter. Okay? That's what I want you to do. Spread it. Do not let this die. Because if it dies this time, it may not come back. We will lose it forever. Thank you, Narsha. Thank you very much. And just know, you are the reason. You and everybody that's here is the reason I do this. But Georgia was the main reason. Because she gave me back my life. And those of you that have been around a long time know what I'm talking about. We're not going to go there, okay? So just know I'm very appreciative of what she gave me. Okay? And I'm a firm believer. If somebody gives you something that changes your life, you pay it forward 100 times over. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Okay? So now this will be up on the Facebook group every month when it comes out. It comes out on the 25th of the month. It will be up the 25th of the month. And you'll get the stats and it will tell you how much work we've done. Okay? So there you go. You got real evidence, okay, that we're doing all we can to give you the best education we can in tatting. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. The PayPal donations are wonderful. The super chats are wonderful. The super stickers are wonderful. Every penny counts. And it all goes to pay for the website. We finally made enough with the donations alone, because I don't get this money until it reaches a threshold of $1,000. It's going to be a while, folks. The donations coming through the website, that one there is the one that we've been collecting funding for to pay for the website and 3 more years. Now, granted, these websites can be expensive, but where we're at now, the reason we moved to this is because the old site was arm, leg, toes, firstborn, and lastborn. Okay? Either one, Jess, either one. It all will go to the kitty. Okay? Both of them pay to a bank account for the classes that's set up. Okay? So I don't see it. It just automatically transfers the money to that bank account. So it's up to you. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. I don't want anyone to put a strain on their finances to do it. Do you hear me? I'm not asking for handouts. I don't want no one to put themselves in a financial strait over this. Okay? So you will get one of these every month up on the group page. We'll open up a file section, and that's where they'll be kept. So y'all can keep tabs. Okay? So you know what that we're doing for the greater good. Okay? That way we are staying in check with you guys. It's called checks and balances. So there we go. We got it. And let's go on to some fun stuff, folks. We want to get this. Some of you got your name tags done. Some of you are still struggling with that Pico in the bead. And I got news for you. That bead is as easy can be. But the thread and where it's located at is what's fiddly. You've got to be mindful. All right. So we're going to put our bead in on our pattern. And yes, this is the same colored thread. See it? There she be. That's the thread. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this bead in here on this split ring coming in here at the side. Okay? So, let's see. Which direction are we? We're right. All right. Now, what you want to do, let me get my hand in position. You want your work facing this way because your bead's going to sit straight up here in this split ring. This split ring is going to join on both sides. Excuse me. So we've got to do that. In order to do that, we have to thread our bead onto our little hook. If you can't, Monique Biggs has on her YouTube channel the way to get it on there without the hook using a needle and thread. I could do that, but if you see, I haven't cut my nails off. And they are driving me insane. I'm thinking seriously is shaving them down to the knuckles. All right, now what you want to do, you do not want to catch this thread up here that goes to shuttle 1. You want to catch the thread that goes to shuttle 2. Okay, so the way I do it when I have to put a bead on, I always get that thread tight. Okay, it makes it easier with a crochet hook to feed that thread down through that bead without a big chunk of hassle. Make sure, folks, your bead is going on in the right direction and not upside down. How do you know if it's in the right direction? Well, if the caps of your stitches are facing forward, then you want to make sure your bead is turned right side up. If the caps are facing backwards, you want your bead to face backwards or upside down. Okay? And a good example, this eye is not a good example, but let's get one of these out. These T's. How about that? Let's get a black T. All right, here we go. If you're going to put this T on here, you need it up there like that. But if the thread was reversed and the caps of your stitches were reversed, your T would have to be reversed as well. Okay? But if you will look at your beads, watch, that T is reversed. So you just want it to lay like you need it to look on the front side. These are the same type of beads. What you want is the beads, and I'll show you this, guys. You want the beads that come through the side if you're going to make the badge. All right, if you're going to make a key ring and you want your lettering to go this way, you want your hole to be in the top and the bottom of the bead or a vertical hole. Okay, this is a horizontal hole when you get it to go that way, badge style, horizontal, vertical this way. Okay, to continue with that, you want something stiff to mount it to for a key ring or a badge. All right, the reason you want that is a key ring is going to be in your pocketbook. Okay, and if it's not stiff enough, you're going to wear your threads out. This has got varnish on it. I want you guys to know this is probably about 12 years old. And it looks like I tatted it yesterday. But it's got a varnish on it. Hi, Jolynn. You're not late. You're right on time. All right. So that's how you get the bead on. And then you want to put this little bulb pin on it. I advise you to use bulb pins rather than paper clips. Those paper clips can get in your way and drive you insane. The bulbs pins can too, but they're not near as hard to deal with as the paper clips are. I used to use paper clips after I discovered bulb pins. I said, oh, great, it's heaven on earth. I'm being quite honest. I do not like paper clips. Now, you can pull this tight all you want. Pull this back and it's going to lose its tension. Just know that's a problem child with this. Now, we're going to do it the way you're supposed to do it. Hi. Am I thinking that's Gail Jenkins or Gina Jenkins? You watch the replays all the time? That's awesome. I'm glad you made it here. Okay, let's get on with it, folks. All right, now, you want to keep this as tight as you can, but it's hard until you get things locked in. Okay, so let's get this going. We're going to wrap our hand to make a ring. Now, I'm going to take out some thread on this so I can show you something because it's tages. You see this? This is going into, I have a ghost. He just dropped the paper that was on the desk over there. It just, okay, I got a ghost. I'm just saying it's a ghost. All right, you want to put it behind your work where this bead's at. This thread going into the bead, put it behind your work in your pinch. For you folks that are not familiar, a pinch is these two fingers together. You're pinching them together. Anytime I say put your work in the pinch, make sure it's between these two fingers and you're holding on. You don't need to uncirculate the blood to hold it. You just, Georgia. Oh, okay. You know, you spell your name like I do. My middle name is like, it's spelled the same way. Awesome. But yeah, you want it behind the work. This is going to get floppy, but this thread is the thread we're going to work with first. Now, if you don't want to fight with this, okay, and it is a trick, what you can do is tat the first half of your ring. Okay, pull your thread under the ring, put your bead on, and then connect it. And that way you're not fighting the two elements that you've got added to it. So that's a little trick, folks. You didn't hear that from me. But tatters that's been around a long time, they learn the tricks because life is not meant to be tages, but it gets that way. Now, watch what I'm doing here. Now, I'm going to leave a gaposis here for you guys so you can see what is going on, and then I will bring it up to the camera. You take your thread and you lay it between your previous work and your bead on top. Okay? Then you begin to tap. Let me open it up. I'm going to bring it up to the camera so that you can see. Let me get it up here. Can everybody see that? I know the lighting here sucks. I do. I mean, I am sorry about this. We got clouds rolling in. We had a storm last night. My gosh, the thunder, it shook this whole house. All right, now, let's see. You see it? This thread is laying across that. And that's the way, that's exactly how you want it to be, laying on top. And as you can see, this bead can get fiddly. So, now, pull that. Wrong one. You want to pull the bead tight. All right? You want to pull this tight. And start your tatting over here. And you're going to tat. She's got, the way she's got it is adding the bead before the split. Okay? This is the actual way you're supposed to do it. Everybody in the tatting world starts this way. Okay? And that happens. Okay? But it makes it difficult. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. All right, I got to make sure that gaposis isn't there. All right, so I have to pull this in. Did I flip my stitch or did I not? You can't see. Can you see where if I flipped my stitch or not? You can't see, and you won't know like last week until you do this. This is size 20. Okay, this is the ball of thread. It's size 20. I know lately her size 20 is coming out like 40. Anybody agree with that? Okay, so you don't know what's going on with this where you're joined down here. All right, but that's how you start. And you would start your stitch work, take it around your bead, and then you would come through at the bottom. Well, we're not going to do that. We're going to use my little trick. All right. Take that out. We're not going to worry with that piece right there. Get everything over here, and we're just going to work our split ring the first half, and we're going to do our join. You're going to hear my husband. He's on a conference call. Okay, so the first thing is 5. All right, we're going to go 2, and we're going to join to the previous ring. Can everybody see what I'm doing? Let me get up here. We're going to the previous ring. There's 1. And you want to make sure that this is close here at the base of this previous ring. Okay. Take our little crochet hook, put on our binoculars so that we can see where this joins in. Grab that and pull it up. Hook it on our finger, run our shuttle through, and let's pull it in, lock it in. Okay. And we're going to do 5 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And she says there's a picot there on those instructions. Okay, we're going to do a picot. Now, I'm not measuring these picots, folks. I've got a pretty good eyeball with my picots. We're going to put in 5 double stitches after the picot. The first double stitch is part of the picot. See it? See that first double stitch right there? It is part of that picot. One leg of the picot's got a pant leg. Okay? So we got 3. Whoops, flying shuttle. We got to put wings on these things. That's 4. And there's 5. Okay? Now, this is the small picot that she's talking about. Let's see. That was a small picot for joining. So we're going to put that there. And we're going to do 2. All right. There we go. Now we have our bead to put in. That's part of her instructions. The BC, add bead to center of split ring. Okay. There are people that have worked this and said they found mistakes in it. I did this pattern. This is the pattern. And I didn't see the mistakes. But I could be wrong. Maybe I saw them back then and fixed them back then. I'm not sure. Okay. Now we want to put our bead right here on that thread right here. So come on. Grab it, run the bead up. If you run it up the thread, it'll work. All right. Now, see that? We want to go under this thread here and grab this thread and pull it through. You want to make sure it doesn't twist. If it twists, get that twist out because it's going to show. Grab that thread, pull it through. Okay, put that on your finger and adjust that thread around that bead. Okay, bring it down, and this tatting should go around that bead easily. All right. That's the easy way to do a split ring with a bead in the center. All right. Now we want to run our shuttle up through that. We can let it off a finger and pull it down. Lock everything in. And this is your fiddle spot, folks. Fiddle with it. Lock everything in. Make sure it looks nice and neat, nice and pretty. And you see how it lays up around that ring? And that's what it's supposed to do. Okay? Now, we lay our shuttle 1 to the side. We want to do the second half of this split ring. And there is a picot. Can you guys see it right there? We have to join to that picot. And that's exactly what we are going to do. We're going to join to this picot. So on the back half of a split ring, that dropped down on the wrong side of that. Come on in here. There we go. We got it. Come on. Lock everything in before you start stitching. If you don't, it's all going to be messed up. So lock it all in. Throw this out of the way and come in, and let's do the back side. The back side starts with the second half first, and it's wrapped or encapsulated stitches. All right, now you pull it over. That's one. Pull it up to your letter bead, and you're going to do two. Pull it over. You see, I'm not flipping any stitches. I'm walking those over. We have another one. That's first half. Walk it over, lock it in. Second half. Walk it over, lock it in. Now we have to join to that ring. Now, because this is a split ring, we need to pull that over, and we are going to join to the core thread. So this goes out of the way. We grab our core, go through our picot, grab this core thread. This is a back end join. They don't call it that, but that's exactly what it is. We're joining on the back side of this ring. Make sure our twist is out. If your thread is twisted, fix it. Do not let that twist stay. It will show in the end of this whole deal. Now, you see what I'm doing? Lay that shuttle down. Watch this. I'm going to pull that up. I'm pulling from back here because I joined back here. Again, we're fiddly. Okay? It's much easier to work without the beads, but it's much prettier to work with the beads. Okay? So now we're joined. Now we want to make sure everything moves before we go further. Okay? The way you do it, put everything in the pinch and pull your thread. If it pulls your fingers up, it works. Now pull it the other direction. If it opens, it's correct. If it does not, then your stitches are locked up. Okay? So that said, let's tighten up this ring. Okay, and put the rest of our stitches on. And it says 5 picot 5. So let's do this. We're going second half, walk it over to the picot. First half, walk it over to the picot. That's 1. And we're going 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we got to put a picot in here, and we need it to match these other picots. So again, mind what you are doing, folks. Make sure your picot looks almost as close, if not exactly. In something like this, myself personally, I would not mess with a picot gauge. I would mark pin marks on my finger, because this is already fiddly enough. Do we really need to add something else in there to fiddle with? No. Okay, now we want to make that loose so that when we pull that picot up to pull it over, we want it to look like the other picots. Now we can tighten it in. See? See how we did that? Now, we have another 5 we have to put in. 1, that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. As she's saying, put in a small picot, a little tiny one, a tiny, it's a joining picot. Most of your joining picots in patterns will be small, and they're very, very small, just enough to get your crochet hook through. Now, when it comes to them small picots on the second half of a split ring, walk it over gently, okay? Then put the first half of that in, hold that picot, and then pull it over, and then you've got your small picot. It is right there. It is very tiny. It's right there. Okay, now let's put the second stitch in, and we're going to close this ring. Let's make sure everything's working now. Everything's in place. Let's check that picot, make sure it didn't slip in there, and it did. Pull it back out. Okay, now grab shuttle 1. Now, because this is a split ring, you've got to be gentle when you start closing. Okay, grab everything in the pinch and pull gently. Take it off your fingers and play with this. Gently, gently, gently. And again, Elizabeth thread has a ton of twist. Okay? Just play with it. I've dropped the shuttle. I've run my fingernail through it and everything. Okay? And just sometimes Elizabeth has an issue. It really does. And if it does, you just keep playing with it. She'll eventually close. Okay? Fiddle, 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 folks. Got to fiddle that in. Work it in. Use your fingernail. Adjust your chain that's going around your ring. Okay? Tighten it up. And there we go. We have our first letter in. See? That's what it looks like on the back. And that's what it looks like on the front. Everybody see that? If you got double stitches that rolled over because of the ring, lay them back down. This is when you make your adjustments before you move further on. Now, has everybody got that on the little beaded picot? I would have done that last week. Seriously, I would have. What happened last week when I put my stitches on, I had a glare. I've got lighting on the other desk that's different than what's over here. I'm still trying to get this figured out. I will get it figured out. You just have to bear with me. Today we've got no sunshine. It's cloudy. It's rainy. It's yucky. But last week it locked back here. Teresa Oren was in class. She's seen it happen. And she said she was screaming at her tablet. It locked. Well, I didn't catch it until way back up here, okay? And I had to back out all of this back to here to fix it. Now, you have a choice. When you do that with a split ring, you can back it out and throw it, and fix it. It takes time. It takes patience. Or you can cut it out. I would never cut out this close to a trefoil or a clover. That's what that is. It's 2 names, trefoil or clover. Pick your choice. Thank you, Nanetta. It is a great pattern. You do learn a lot with this pattern. And it is an easy pattern once you get past that beaded picot or the beaded ring, the split ring. Now you could, which I wouldn't advise, you could probably do a self-closing mock ring with a bead in the center like Mary Lee Rockley does. But I wouldn't advise it. It might mess up the pattern. I don't know. You can adjust this pattern to fit your name. Okay. Or you can adjust the pattern to make it longer or shorter. It's your choice. Okay. But folks, if you do that, you can show it on the class page, but move your camera a little bit to make it fuzzy so people can't count the stitches, because what you have done is you have changed the original pattern. And people, copyright thieves, they love to look at the patterns and count stitches. And then you've created a new pattern using someone else's pattern, and then somebody's going to raise a stink. We have these tatting police in the community. I never seen them wear badges, but they are out there and they will correct you. And that's just not right. If you want to change it, you could contact Kathy. Should be hard to get a hold of. It took me about a week to get permission to use these in class. But she's a lovely lady. She may say, go for it. And then she may say, well, when you get the count, let me know. I'll add it to the pattern. You never know. Okay? It's worth a try. So there you go. We got this one down. Now, the next one, the blue doily. Now, by next week, we hope to have this completely done. Can y'all see that? That's mine. See how to sparkle? See how to sparkle? Now, I'm going to show you these rings I got. It's going to be rattling for a little bit. Okay, guys? I bought these. Okay? This is an 8-inch stainless steel. And this is a 7-inch brass. See the difference? There's not a lot. Okay? But I will say this. The difference between this one and the brass is this one doesn't tarnish your thread. Okay? So, if you choose to use this one, it will not turn your thread black. This one, the brass will. Brass automatically tarnishes. You can spray this brass with some kind of varnish and seal it, and it shouldn't tarnish, but it may. But if you notice, the brass one's got a little lip here that you're going to have to play with to put your stitches on. You wrap these just like you do a cabone ring, okay? And you put your work in the center. Well, when you start tying it, your work in, okay, you want to lay this on the table. You want to put your work in the center and make sure you get it center. And then start working where you're hooking in onto your rings. Now, these things come in 12 in 1, as you can see, different sizes, okay? You have more selection with the brass rings than you do the stainless steel. I ordered both so you guys could see. Oh, sorry about that. That hurt my ears. So you could see the difference between the stainless steel and the brass. The stainless steel, you can't get it to rust. Clear nail polish will work, Sansky. Anything to coat that brass, as long as you don't put it outside, should hold it. If you're going to use it outside, use the stainless steel. Okay? And, you know, keep it out of the weather, you know, rain and stuff. It's going to get wet, but if you can avoid it, do so, because your crystals get weathered, they're going to bust. Okay? So I want you guys to finish working on this doily, and I want you guys to finish this. I would like to see one or the other finished and up on the class page. UV resin coating. I've never done that. That is an idea, Katia. That's cool. But some people can't work with resin. So, you know, next best thing is spray varnish, liquid varnish, something like that. Don't put glue on it because it's going to wash off. But yeah, next class, I'd like to see you guys with either this done or this ready to mount on our frame. Okay? Yes, we run 2 classes at a time. And these are the 2 class projects we're working on. Richard Embry is working on the pattern for the helix tatting class. Once we get that from him, then we can pull him in and have a class with him. And he can walk us through this lovely pattern because he showed it to me. Guys, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Okay? So, yeah, he's been working very hard, very diligently on the helix pattern. So, I can't wait to get started on that. And then we will break probably after that for Thanksgiving holidays so people can travel and go see their family. Myself, I'm going to be sitting on a beach, and I got my tea jug, and I'm going to sit out there on the beach and dip my toe in the water to say I got in the ocean this year. I can't swim. I don't get in the water, so I just stick my toe in. And I'm going to sit on the beach, and I'm going to tap. Don't know what I'm going to tap, but I'm going to tap. Because that, to me, will be very relaxing. Then after Thanksgiving, we have a few weeks, and then we go into Christmas break. Yes, Katia, you can do it in any size thread you want. I have to use 20, but 20 is not really showing up on camera that great, guys. I'm not liking the 20 thread. I may have to change threads. And if I do, I do. And then I'll start dealing out the threads that I got and gift packs to guys. Okay. So, because I want to find a thread that works on camera. I don't make stuff out of size 20 thread for myself. I do for gifts, but I don't give out that many tatted gifts that require size 20. Most of mine is 40. Hey, Katia, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. The thread will fade, but it'll take a while. Okay, let me switch cameras. Go to the upshot. All right, we're there. We're there. Yeah, I made my mom one, and it was a part of, I think it was the honey napkin of Renelex, and it was the center part. She really liked that. It caught her eye. And I bought some thread that I knew she would like, okay? And so I decided to make her a sun catcher. I got news for you. She had that thing hanging up in her front window that got the morning sun for about, 15 years. And it still had some color when I took it down when we moved her out of her house. So yeah, it will fade. But the darker the color, the longer it takes to fade out. So, but if your windows are tinted, it doesn't fade as fast. I've got stuff I've got hanging in the windows in the living room and stuff. Not a problem. I mean, they look as good as the day I made them. Yeah, it would be great so you could see what's going on. I don't understand why it's not working. I may have to dip into the extra lenses for this camera that, I can zoom in 100 times with those lenses. I hate to use them because they are delicate. Okay, I got a message from Georgia. She's looking for a pattern, so I've got to go find it for her. So with that said, are there any more questions about the class, about the transparency we're going to be doing, the patterns, thread, shuttles, anything? I will get those pictures out to you. Just send an email to the class and we'll get those pictures to you if you're interested in the Shuttle by Design shuttles. Barb, I've already got yours, so I'll be sending you yours. The rest of you, it'll come from Shuttle by Design. You're very welcome, Nancy. Marie, awesome. You're awesome. Yeah, Mickey, great. I'm so glad you enjoyed this. Mary, thank you. Thank you, Marianne. Yeah, I wished I was more proficient in needle tatting, but Pam's got her camera and stuff set up, guys. She's going to be working on the videos. But you got Katia, you got Pam. You can't ask for any better than that. Thank you, Katia, for reminding people. Yeah, give me a thumbs up, guys. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got those on the old videos, but they were down so far. Pam said she's going to go through and fix things. And I told her, I said, you got carte blanche. Just move it however you got to. Just make sure the students know where it's at. The shuttles, Rita's, You know, the ones that are plastic, the Russian shuttles. These here, if I can get one out. Yeah, these nails are going. This one right here, remember? They hold a ton of beads and threads, guys. And they're easier to manage than the big Patsy shuttles. All right. Sounds good. Let me get this for Georgia. All right, guys. I will see you on Thursday. Same time, same channel, same place. Y'all have a wonderful day and happy tatting. May all your threads make beautiful lace. See you on Thursday, guys. Bye-bye.